and happy birthday, Ashley. I hope you girls are having a wonderful party, and I'm so happy that your mommy asked me to be a part of it. I know that you are doing a paint party theme, and that is, of course, right up my alley, so I am thrilled that I get to coach you and guide you through this lesson. What little girl doesn't love butterflies and ladybugs? So this will be a lot of fun for me, and hopefully it is for you too. And I will have your cousins, Sydney, Alex, and Tegan, come say hi and happy birthday throughout the video. So have fun, sit back, and let's do it. Happy birthday, sweetie. Bye. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You've got all your paints on your plate. We're going to start with our big brush. Dip it in the water, get a little bit wet, and tap off that water. And we're going to pick up this pretty pink color. Okay. And we're going to brush that onto the top, back and forth really fast. Oops, I guess I better get it so you can see what I'm doing. Get some more water. And we brush, brush, brush really quick. Alright. And then once your brush starts to go a little bit dry, we're going to pick up some white and kind of blend that into it so that it's a little bit of a lighter pink. Okay, go back up and down. And get a little more water. Get a little more pink, a little more white, and then a touch of yellow too. And we're going to start working that in and blend that up into the pink. Some more water. And a little more white. All the way down. Just keep adding the white to it so it gets a little lighter. So at this point you have kind of this sunset look to it. I'm going to add a little bit of water and a little bit of white. So it's going to be kind of streaky with the pink and the yellow coming together. And the white, and then it'll kind of just look like a real pretty sunset. And I'm going to go back to the pink. Right over that white, we're going to add more pink. And a little more white. So just keep adding pink and white and yellow until you get the look that you like. Just should look like a real pretty sunset color. And I'm going to add even more pink with that big brush, and make sure it's wet enough so that it spreads real easy for you. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up some yellow, get a little orange. See how it's real pretty orange? Get a little white, soften that up just a little bit. A little more white. We can kind of get it nice and soft at the bottom there. And this is going to be our background for the little bugs, the butterfly and the ladybug. So I'll let you finish getting that on the way you like it. And you can put more colors in there, more stripes if you want. I just did a few, the light yellow, orange, and pink. But you can add mostly orange or mostly pink if you want. It's entirely up to you. So we will let this dry, and then the next step, I'm going to have my son Alex film so that I can do the little bugs. So I will see you back here in just a second. Okay, now we're going to work on the butterfly. So we're going to switch to this brush. It's our little round brush. Get the tip wet and go ahead and dry that off a little bit. And we're going to go into the pink. And we're going to outline the wings of the butterfly. So this first one's going to kind of just start sort of towards the middle and disappear right into the corner. Just make a little arch. And then about halfway down, we're going to have it go like that. Okay? So that's one wing. And the top wings are going to be pink, the bottom will be blue. So we're just focusing on the pink ones right now. This next wing is going to start, we're going to leave a little space here for the body and the head. And we're going to go up at an angle and then curve it over to the left. We're going to bring it right back down like this. Now the flower is going to go in front of that, so we're not going to worry about finishing off this just yet. We're just getting the outline. Okay, so we will leave that as it is. We're going to rinse out our brush, and we're going to do the outline of the head and the body and the blue wings. So the blue, here's our blue. I'm going to mix it with just a little bit of white to soften it up and lighten it up a little bit, because that's a little dark on its own. So we have kind of a light blue. Mix that up, roll your brush so that it gets all that paint to the tip. And we're going to do a circle just like that. It's going to be just about like that. Now, as we go down, we're going to add another part of the body. It's going to be about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller than the head. We'll make the head a little bigger. And we'll fill this in later, so if you mess up, that's okay. Now this next one, we're not going to make a complete circle, just like here. We're going to just start on the sides and just make it like a U. Okay? And then we'll do one more under that. And then we'll do the last one, this pointy little tail that's going to go almost like a heart, without the heart shape at the top. Or you could do the heart shape at the top, but we're going to fill that in. So we will leave that like that is. Okay, so we've got most of our butterfly done. Now we're going to do the wing, and we're going to start right over here by this tail and just scoop down and off to the side. Okay, and we're going to wait until we're done with the sunflower to finish the other side of the wing, because we need to do the sunflower and the ladybug first. So we're going to rinse our brush. Now we're going to outline the sunflower, and that's kind of a light purple. So I'm going to take some purple and some white, about equal parts of purple and white, and make a lavender, kind of a lilac color. And here I'm going to make the center of the daisy right about here. You're not going to see this, but this will at least help us to know where our petals are going to go. Okay, I'm going to go straight into the white and make one of the petals go right up all the way passing this pink wing. And the next one, I'm going to skip a little space and make another one that goes like this. Okay, almost looks like an eye shape. And make another one that's going to actually go off the canvas. You won't see it, but you'll just see the curves that it makes. Another one there. Now the other ones, the other petals are going to come behind these. So that one, you can't see the rest of it, you just know it's behind it. And then this petal is going to be behind these two. Same with this one. And then you wouldn't be able to see that. So there's our flower. Okay. Now we're going to rinse, 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 rinse. Dry that brush off. Now we can go back to the blue for the next wing. And it's actually going to come right down here and disappear behind the flower. Rinse that off, and then we can finish off our pink wing too. See, this actually needs to come right about here. Kind of line up with this wing over here. Just make it like that. There we go. So now we've got, whoops. Here we are. So now you've got your two pink wings, your two blue wings, and your flower. So while we let that flower dry, we're going to fill in our butterfly wings. And the first part, we're going to take our big brush again, and I'm going to wet it down, get a little bit of white and a little bit of pink, just straight on the brush, and then just start painting it right on there. And go over the outline too. Try and keep that a little still. And it doesn't really matter what direction you're painting in as long as you fill all of that in. Be careful around the body of the butterfly so you don't mix that blue. If blue and pink mixed together, you're going to have some purple in there. So let's try and watch that. Okay, there's one side. Get a little white, little pink. Come back here and watch in the petals so we don't get those guys. It's too hard with this big brush, you can go back to using the little skinny brush too. It's whatever's easiest for you. Sometimes you gotta kind of turn the brush so it's not wide like this. If you get in those little corners, you need to turn it skinny ways, up and down. You got a little purple on there, but that's okay. All right, and I'm gonna take my white. See how close these pinks are? The pink here and then the pink in the background? So I'm going to lighten that up a little and do a nice highlight so you can see the butterfly rings really good. There. Highlight just the top so that they really stand out to that sky behind it. Kind of their own thing. Okay. Maybe put some swirls in there. Alright, so there we go with the pink. Now we're going to rinse that off and do the blue wings. Okay, now we get to paint in the blue head and the body. And we're going to just mix up, if you still have the blue and white mixture, use that, or you can mix up some more. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, blue and white. And we're just going to, I'm painting it in circles, keeping it nice circles that we're painting so that you get that feeling that it's round. And that kind of helps with that. Real easy step. Make sure your paint's wet enough. I'm just going to add a little bit more. And make sure you fill that in so you can't see any of that background color. Also, I want to go in with just the blue, the dark color, and go on the bottom and the left-hand side only. That's going to create a shadow. Okay, just bottom and the left-hand side of each of these objects, and then down there. Okay, then I'm going to touch a little bit of white, not rinse out your brush, just pick up a little bit of white, and we're going to do a highlight on the right side of each of these. There we go. Blend that a little bit better. Okay. Rinse, 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 rinse. And actually you didn't need to rinse. We still have to fill in the blue wings, so I'm going to do that now. Pick up the blue and the white again. And this one I want to be a little bit lighter than the body. Lighten that up a little bit. Come in here. And again, if you need to use your little bitty brush to get around these corners, you can do that too. Whatever you're comfortable with. Alright, I'm going to have to use my little brush to get the left side. Not much there, just a couple little areas that you would see the blue wings peeking out from. And down here. Okay. And I want to get a little bit more blue, and we're going to do the antennas and these little swirlies. And these are a lot of fun. You're just going to go up and curve into a swirl. That's it. You can go back over it if you want. Make it a little thicker. the other side. And go the other way, up into a swirl. Make sure it goes all the way around. There we go. Okay, now we are going to take our big brush, rinse it all out. We're going to go back to that light purple and white and fill in these petals. And I'm just going to go all the way around. And don't worry about the shadows or anything right now. We'll do that after we get them all filled in. Because some of these are behind, some petals are behind the others, so those would have a shadow on them. So we'll do that after we get these all filled in. I've got a little purple, streaking it on there, a little bit of white. Remember, we're going to have this ladybug, so we're not going to see a lot of the inside, the middle of it. And just about done with those. Get this one. Okay. And there's that. Just to kind of clean it up a little around the center. Okay. So now I want to take our little brush, a round brush, and get purple, a little bit darker. You can mix it in with a little white, but I want it to be darker than this lavender. And we are going to see which petals are in the background. And we're going to put a little shadow there, and then a few streaks on top. So this one, and this one's behind this one. Gets a few streaks. It's also behind the one on the side. And this comes behind these two petals. And I like to have some purple streaked in the middle of each of these. I think it just makes it prettier. Okay. Now the ladybug. And I'm just going to leave the center of this just like that. Before we do the bug, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and we'll just do the stem. And that is going to be, you take your little round brush, mix of green and some yellow, and get a nice lighter green. And we'll just take the stem, whoops, and just swoop it off to the side. It's going to be kind of thick, about like that, maybe about say about an inch, so you can have your mom show you how big an inch is if you don't know. Alright, and then we're going to take the dark green and do it just underneath. That'll be the darkest shadow. Okay, and then a little bit of the yellow will go on the top with some white, the yellow and white to make it highlight. And we'll do a little leaf too. And for that, just like we did, kind of looks like that same shape, like an eyeball. We'll just do it green. Okay, now on to the ladybug. Okay, and before we do the ladybug, I just want to do these little decorative swirls on the butterfly. So we're going to take our pink and our red and make a mix of those so it's a really bright pink. We're just going to make some swirls. So you're basically just moving it in a little circle, just like that, just like we did with the antennas. And we'll just do a few on each wing. Kind of scatter them around, make them about the same size. That looks nice. And then maybe one right there. Okay. Then the other ring, I'm going to do the same thing. Just going the other way, the opposite way. To. Just think it makes it more fun. Now this one's going to go a little bit behind this petal, so I quit there. And do one more. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to take a little bit of white. Don't even need to rinse your brush. and go right over what you just did. You don't have to touch every single spot that you did. You kind of want to blend it, kind of smear it in, just to add one more little texture to it. A little bit of white swirled in there with it. Makes it kind of fun. Okay, so there is the pink wings. There are the pink wings, rather. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing down on the blue wings. And we're going to grab the blue and add just a little bit of white still. It's such a dark blue, I don't want to do it straight blue. And this one, I'm just going to do circles, little polka dots, and we'll go back and do something else to those too. But you can't really see, don't have too much room on this side, so we'll just do maybe a couple. One here, and one here. Okay. Once we have those polka dots, you're going to rinse, 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 and pick up just white, just plain white, and do like a little sunburst around each of these. Just a few little rays. Just where you would see them. You can't see a lot since they're going off the canvas or behind other objects, but about 5 or 6 or 7. Maybe there's one over here you can't see. Okay, so essentially we are done with the butterfly. Now we need to go and do our ladybug. So we're going to start with the red and the pink again. Mix that up real good, nice bright red. And part of the ladybug is going to be covering this top half of the center of the flower. So we're going to do one arch like that, and then it comes and meets it like this. So really just the same shape as we did our leaf and our petals, but we're just going to do right on top of the center of that flower. Nice bright red. Okay. And Ashley, your cousin Alex, or Tegan, Alex is filming. Your cousins Tegan and Sydney are upstairs playing, so if you hear something, that's them playing in the background. They'll be down in a minute when we're done, just to wish you a very happy birthday. I hope you girls are having fun while we're doing this. I sure am. Okay, so we've got that first part of the ladybug, and then the next one we're going to do, and it's going to meet up in the corner here, right at the top. Kind of go off the edge, and there's still a little bit of white underneath the red here, so it's, we have to go over it a couple times. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. Come down a little bit more, okay. There. Alright, so we've got our ladybug body shape. Alright, rinse, 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 rinse. Now I'm going to go pick up black. And right in between, it's not going to go all the way down. We're just going to go right in between these two ladybug wings and paint its body, which is the black. Fill that in. Okay. And then its head is going to go up here too. You won't be able to see the whole thing, but it's just going to do like half a circle. Okay, so there's that guy. We're going to take our black also and do the spots, of course, but we're going to make these kind of swirly too. Just like the other little swirls. And we can move these around, have a few kind of going off the edge there. Maybe do one down here. Okay, so there's our ladybug, and I want to do one little antenna up at the top, and you wouldn't be able to see it on the top here. It's going to come like off the canvas, and when it comes back around, you would see that part of it. There is our antenna. I'm going to pick up kind of white. And do a little highlight, a little reflection. Just on the tips here. And make it look like it's shiny. And then a little bit of a shine right there. Maybe some on top of the antenna too. Okay, and guess what? You are done. I hope you had a great time, and a very, very, very happy birthday to you. I hope you girls are having fun and you get all of the things that you've wished for, and I can't wait to see you. I'm going to have the kids come down, and we've got a happy birthday song coming for you, so hang tight. Thanks, love you.
I can't do it.
Do it. Happy birthday to you.
Dean, sing.
Look.
It's for Ashley.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ashley. Happy
Birthday to you.
Yay! And many more. That's good.
And
Bye.
bye.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley.
See you soon. Love you. Bye.
Let's go!